Thank you for tuning in to another edition of the Vulcan Report with yours truly, the Algo Capitalist. Today is Friday, April the 13th, 2018. Quickly looking at the charts. Bitcoin futures closed at 7,900. The market needed to close at 79.82. Needed to close above 79.82 to regain fully momentum on the weekly chart. Market failed to do so. Got close, but no cigar. Therefore, it is questionable if the rally will continue into next week. The daily chart, here seen at the bottom left-hand side of the screen, suggests otherwise. The daily chart, the market did close above the momentum line of 73.64. Therefore, we should see continued rally, probably up to the neighborhood of around the 91.82, which is the longer-term trend line resistance. It'll be interesting to see what the market does next week. Looking at the GBTC counterpart, pulling that up. All right, the market managed to close above the 1296 momentum line. Therefore, we should see continued rallying into next week. Overhead resistance is at $14.82. So it's going to be questionable how far it runs. It should be noted that rampage is coming up here once we get into late May, early June. As long as price action can remain above the Kumo cloud, it bodes well for a continued rally north of 30. I want to say $30 on the GBTC. BTCS, on the other hand, pull this one up. Price action is taking place below the Kumo cloud. And we're also getting near the vortex here, which in all likelihood the market may not be able to press through that. That'll take it to above 30 cents. But you never know. Overhead resistance right now is at 10 cents. So we're going to see what happens on this one. As long as Bitcoin continues to rally, it should help to lift the other equities in that space. All right, let's take a look at GDXJ. All right, looking at the miners. All right, we got some liftoff here. Again, weekly chart is starting to look good. Market closed above the $32.45 momentum line and managed to close above the $33.38 longer-term trend line. So this is good. Market should be able to continue to rally and get above the $34 handle next week. So GDXJ is starting to show signs of life and promise, breaking out of that range that we've been looking at for so long. Let's take a look at HAC. HAC is getting close to the all-time high of 36.39. Market got as high as 36.27 this week. And it closed above the momentum line, so I'm expecting the market to get up to 38, maybe even $40 in the short term here. Rampage does not occur until September. That's the last liftoff there, but you do start seeing upward thrust into July and August. So this is looking interesting on the HAC. All right, let's take a look now at the Dow. All right, the Dow futures needed a close today above 24,304. We got 24,349. So the door swung open to clear overhead resistance of 24,456 in the week ahead. Looking at the NASDAQ 100. All right, needed a close above 66.54 and a half. We got 66.42 and a quarter. All right, so it fell short of regaining momentum. Clearly, there's still some more things to work out here. It could be lagging if we're going to continue to see strength in the equity market. Perhaps the liftoff in the Dow could help to bolster rallying in the NASDAQ. One could argue that Facebook has been holding the NASDAQ back, but we shall see. It's really tough to see if that's really the case or not. Taking a look at the E-mini S&P 500. All right, it needed a close today above 2657, and we got 2659, so it does open the door for more rallying into next week along with the Dow. Looking at the Russell 2000, all right, it cleared the momentum line as well, so it is opening the door for further rallying in the week to come as well. Still, though, gotta caution and say we're still in a long-term range-bound market. Hasn't really regained the strength fully. So this is interesting to see how things begin to shape up. Looking at gold. Gold needed a close today above 1339.20, and we got the 1348.60, so the door is open for continued possible rally into next week. So gold is looking bullish. Looking here at silver. Silver needed a close above $16.51, so it cleared that momentum challenge, but overhead resistance at $16.84 is showing itself to be problematic right below the Kumo cloud. So silver is interesting. It's going to need to clear that vortex right here and pop above the Kumo cloud. Let's see if we can get enough strength behind it in the week to come to make that a possibility. Looking at natural gas. Natural gas needed a close above $2.69. It cleared it. Overhead resistance is at 278 and 288 respectively. It'll be interesting to see if natural gas will power up in the week to come and get closer to that $3 mark. Looking at crude oil. Crude oil needed a good close today, and it got it. We got up to 67.75 today, getting closer to that $70 mark. The door is swung wide open now for that run to $70. So it looks like we're going to have some interesting plays for next week. Let's take a look now at the Trump White House policy, the dollar index. Dollar index getting closing in the high end of the 89 range. So staying between that 89 and 91. Perfect. All right, so that's where we are right now. Let's take a look at bonds. All right, bonds having some problem with overhead resistance at 147. Market got as high as 146.28 before pulling back. Momentum line was at 145.12. So the door is still open for a possible run again for next week to see if it can clear that 147. All right. So momentum is starting to look like it's falling off here, but I don't know. We really didn't get a strong downdraft, so I have to go where the momentum is now, which is showing that there's possible still room for more rallying in the bonds. All right, so that's pretty much it. It's a little snapshot of where the market closed. I have to say that all in all, it's been a business as usual. Markets are still in an overall consolidation pattern and really have not really been trending with all the news that's come out. Markets just don't know what they want to do, which way they want to break out. So continue watching. I still think that there is a high probability that the equity markets will turn back down again. And I do believe that the Bitcoin futures still has a way to go. So that looks like a really good long play for next week. And the bonds is a wild card. We'll see what the bonds do. But I think that the markets are setting up for some really nice moves for next week. So we'll definitely keep our eye on it, especially on gold and silver as well. And these are exciting times. You never know. So the best thing to do is to always have your orders ready. And also, you want to educate yourself. And the best way to do that is to use the most powerful tools at your disposal, mainly the pulse wave price trigger system. And that's available at pulsewavetrading.com. Take advantage of the free study course, and that is included in your purchase of the weekly pulse wave price triggers, along with many other goodies. And remember, bulls make money, bears make money, and pigs get slaughtered. So remember to take what you can and give nothing back, and have a great weekend.